Today on the Conroe Living Channel, we are checking out houses with room to breathe. We're going to be looking at new construction in acreage communities in Montgomery County. Stick around. What's up, everybody? It's Jeff with Jeff West Properties, your host for the Conroe Living Channel, where we identify and celebrate everything that makes Conroe and Montgomery County one of the fastest growing areas in the nation. In 2023, I have been selling more new construction homes than anything else, and actually more new construction homes than I ever have in any other year in business. New construction homes have been giving out these great incentives that make it attractive and sometimes even more affordable than buying an existing home. I've been in a lot of master plan communities in Montgomery County, and the biggest complaint I get from my clients as we're checking these places out is how close the houses are to each other. They're spending as much as $700,000–800,000 for beautiful homes, but there's only 10 feet of space in between them and their neighbor. One of my clients told me that they don't mind knowing their neighbors, but they'd prefer not to know what they wear to bed. That really is one of the biggest downsides to the newer master plan communities. A lot of times builders are just trying to maximize space and maximize profit, leaving very little room between houses. That being said, Montgomery County has always been a place of wide open spaces. It's what draws a lot of people to the area. And so some developers realize the need to have acreage properties, so they've built acreage communities. So in this video, we are going to cover all the areas in Montgomery County where you can find these homes. Some of these neighborhoods are going to be tract neighborhoods. In other words, a developer will buy a large tract of land, subdivide it, and build several homes in the area. While other communities are custom home communities with spec builds, spec meaning speculation. A developer will buy one lot, maybe two lots, build a house, and then speculate that they'll be able to sell it for profit after it's finished. What I'm not going to cover in this video is lot properties or raw land. In other words, places where you can buy the lot or buy raw land in Montgomery County, bring in your own builder and build your dream home. There are lots of opportunities in Montgomery County for that, but for the time being, if that's something you're looking for, don't be afraid to just pick up the phone, give me a call, text, or email, and I'd be happy to talk about what those options are. So I'm going to start with a map tour of the 4 cities in Montgomery County that offer these acreage properties, and then after that, we're actually going to go on a tour of 3 of them to show you what those homes look like. Okay, checking out the map, starting in the north is the neighborhood of Emerald Lakes and Willis. Homes here start in the 400s and go all the way to around $1 million. Next, in the northeast section of Conroe, you have Deer Pines Estates, which is a production community. Prices go from the low 4s to the mid 5s. Going south from there is the new community of Granger Grand Estates, with prices currently in the mid 4s. It's so new, I don't actually have a sign for it yet, but I believe Hermani's last name was Granger, so Granger Grand Estates. Not to be confused with the smaller neighborhood down the road, Granger Mini Estates. I make my own fun. Swinging over to Magnolia on the west side of Montgomery County, you have Silver Creek Ranch, a production neighborhood by DH Homes. Prices are in the mid 6s to mid 7s. This is one that's right off of the newly expanded Highway 249, the Aggie Expressway, so it's a really convenient location to shopping and different amenities. We're going to call the next 3 communities Magnolia, even though technically they have a Montgomery address, because it all kind of runs together in these communities, and these are all zoned to Magnolia School District. So next you have High Meadow Estates and High Meadow Preserve. This is an exclusive acreage community with up to 3-acre lots, with prices starting in the mid 9s and going up to $1.8 million currently. Next is Crown Ranch, with similar specs to High Meadow Estates, with the exception of lot size, which goes all the way up to nearly 10 acres. Prices start in the 9s and go to about $2.8 million currently, and I bet you can guess how big that lot is. One thing I love about Crown Ranch is that not only are the lots separated from one another, but you also have these little mini forests in between houses, so it gives it ultra privacy. You want to talk about exclusive? How about our next neighborhood, Blue Jack National, a community built around the first ever Tiger Woods designed golf course. There are acre lots, but the lot sizes vary, as does the price, going all the way up to $2.8 million, which is a small price to pay to hang out with Tiger Woods. Which probably wouldn't happen, but it sounds really cool to say. Now we get into Montgomery, even though technically, like I said, we were already there. So heading up to the north, just outside of downtown, we have the neighborhood of Buffalo Crossing. Surprisingly, I didn't have any pictures of the neighborhood logo, so this was the next best thing. Buffalo Crossing is a production neighborhood from Anglia Homes, and prices are in the 4s and 5s. North of there, just off of the Walden Peninsula, we have Grand Harbor, with spec homes still being built there. The great thing about Grand Harbor is some of the lots have direct lake access through the channels. Existing homes there start in the mid-7s and go up to 1.2 million. Staying on the lake, we have the Cliffs at Lakeshore, with spec homes still being built in the neighborhood, with lake lots also available to purchase if you want to build. Some of the established houses in the neighborhood are going in the 500s, but the only current new construction is at 1.15 million. Of course, that's as of this taping, and you never know what's going to be coming up. Swinging back over to Conroe, or at least the Conroe School District, we have Ridge Lake Shores, a custom acreage community with spec builds. Existing homes start in the high 5s, with new construction going from mid-7s to just under 1 million. Just below that, you have Old Kentucky Farms with both new and existing homes in the low to mid-6s. Just to the west of there, and staying in the Conroe School District, we have Montgomery Trace, just to be confusing. There really is a lot of that school district and city being different, as Montgomery County cities just continue to grow into each other. Anyway, Montgomery Trace is an established community with new spec builds currently in the mid-6s. And finally, ending in the heart of Montgomery, we have the community of Grand Lake Estates, acreage home sites with current spec builds in the mid-9s to 1.1 million. If you want to know what $1 million house looks like in Grand Lakes, we'll stick around because we'll be touring one in a minute. But first, we're headed to North Montgomery County to the town of Willis to check out the neighborhood of Emerald Lakes. Emerald Lakes is an established community, one of the widest variances of prices of any of these neighborhoods we're looking at, starting in the low 4s and going all the way up to over $1 million. Grace Point Homes is building out there in the 6s and 7s, and we're gonna go check one of those out right now. For our next acreage community, we're headed south to Conroe. We're on the northeast side of Conroe in one of the new acreage communities in Montgomery County, Deer Pines. I've got clients closing on the property behind me later today, but before they move in, I wanted to give you a peek of what you can expect to find in the community. Let's take a look. And finally, I promised you $1 million home, and I'm going to give it to you. Clarification, that's $1 million home tour. I like you, but not that much. Montgomery County is one of the fastest growing counties in America, and with that comes a lot of different housing options, from country living to lakefront properties, master plan communities, existing communities, even mid-rises. If you want more information about this or any other property in Montgomery County or the greater Houston area, just pick up the phone, give me a call, text, or email. I'm a relocation specialist who's helped people from all over the nation settle into the area, and I'd love to talk to you about the different options that are out there, the pros and cons of different communities, or even where to get the best taco at 2 a.m. Although I'm going to be honest, it's hard to beat the Doritos Locos taco from Taco Bell. Okay, I may have just lost your faith in my taco picking skills, but I can point you to a lot of other great places as well. Besides, have you ever actually had one? If you've ever had a Doritos Locos taco from Taco Bell, let me know in the comments and tell me if I'm wrong. And even if you disagree, I might end up with a sponsorship from Taco Bell for this video. Doritos Locos Tacos, they're amazing. If you want to learn more about one of the fastest growing counties in America, make sure to subscribe to the Conroe Living Channel. And if you want to learn more about some of the other options for housing, why don't you check out these videos.